a much more important story is Obama and the missile shield. I don't know if you read this yet today. It is a very big story. But in a move that eerily mirrored the actions of Neville Chamberlain just before World War II, Barack Obama has decided to end plans to build missile shield facilities in the Czech Republic and in Poland. Eerily, this was announced on the 70th anniversary of Russia's invasion of Poland, and it comes 71 years after Neville Chamberlain gave away Western Czechoslovakia to Adolf Hitler. Now, on the surface, it appears that Obama thinks Europe is no longer worth defending. And remember what I'm talking about. Obama announced he's not going to build a missile shield in Czechoslovakia or Poland. Okay? So on the surface, it looks as though Obama is a pacifist. On the surface, it looks as though he thinks Europe cannot be defended or he's unwilling to defend it. Apparently, he doesn't mind handing a massive propaganda victory to the Russians either. And apparently, he's willing to leave Europe defenseless against Iran, which, according to the International Atomic Energy Agency, is now capable of making a nuclear weapon and the missile necessary to launch it into Europe. This is the kind of weakness that encouraged Iran to go after nukes in the first place. It's the kind of weakness that could encourage Russia to new heights of militarism. And it appears to be the kind of weakness that allowed Adolf Hitler to conquer all of Europe while England looked the other way. Notice what I said. On the surface, all of this appears to be what's going on. On the surface, this appears to be a complete sellout of Europe. But my friends, Michael Savage has always looked beneath the surface. I have the best sonar in the radio business. I have never been wrong on international events, and I'm not wrong now, and I'm going to make a statement here. It could be possible that there may be more beneath the surface of this act regarding the missile shield in Europe. Why do I say it? Please listen to me. This is the most important thing I have said in a long time. If you remember last week, Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel secretly visited Russia, right? Now, this announcement of no missile shield in Czechoslovakia or Poland comes a week later. So here's what I ask you. Could it be that in exchange for the United States agreeing not to install missile shields in Eastern Europe, Russia has given Israel the green light to attack Iran? Could it be that Obama is that calculating? We know that he has demonstrated his shrewdness with regard to domestic policy. But the question is this. Is Obama being a brilliant statesman or an appeaser? I will let the savage nation decide. Now, I want to repeat what I said to you in a much shorter way. Surface story. Obama's not going to build missile shields for Czechoslovakia and Poland, even though he promised those countries he would protect them. It seems to be an act of pacifism. It seems to be an act of cowardice on the surface. It seems as though we've abandoned our allies on the surface. But I ask you to think beyond the surface. And again, I point out a fact. Last week, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel secretly visited Russia. Now this comes a week later. So I'm asking you, could it be that in exchange for the U.S. agreeing not to build missile shields in Eastern Europe, Russia has said, I'm going to give Israel the green light to attack Iran? Could Obama be this calculating? We do know that he is a brilliant man. We do know that he's demonstrated his shrewdness with regard to domestic policy up to a certain point. But the question, again, to you, the savage nation, is Obama being a brilliant statesman or an appeaser like the man I mentioned, Neville Chamberlain?